Hey everyone, it is Umbra here to talk about Global's week and a little bit from a JP perspective. But of course, Globalers, I'm sure you guys are waiting with a bated breath to see what the Final Fantasy 13 and Final Fantasy Tactics will look like. So it's going to be a busy couple weeks for tuning into JP side material, seeing all of that. I mean, I haven't even got to today's stuff. Today we got an update with a new Porcelain Tower, new story, and a new summon as well. So it's just busy at this point in time. But today we're here to talk about a couple of things, the global VCs as well as the Persona raid. And I am going to be giving just a little bit of feedback on it. So first of all, get that out of the way, and let's talk about the minor point. First of all, the Persona 5 vision card that is for effectively Queen. There isn't really much to say about it. It's just a mid-tier vision card that you can effectively get just for doing the raid, get the shards for it and everything like that. Is it the best vision card? Not overly. I mean, I don't think it's bad for, obviously a free vision card, but you're looking at HP up, area attack resistance up, and strike attack up for maxing out the vision card. It's potentially another good. It's potentially a good vision card for Lightning, for the simple fact that Lightning's kind of missing a fair bit of vision cards. Of course, Global I think has a few more that we don't have, particularly with access to some limited time ones more than JP does. So that's a big consideration why I think it might be a good. But if you're a fan of Queen, just get the vision card and enjoy. All right, and let's move on to the next one really quickly, which is my big recommendation for this week. This is a vision card that I have had, and actually I maxed this vision card out incredibly fast on the JP side. For the big reason that this is effectively Asterius's card. Yeah, I'm just going to use the global version to explain about this one. Does it fix all of his accuracy problems? No, but it does put him in pretty good standing against evade units. Not perfect because, counters exist and whatnot, and that's not really going to be Water's thing, but this vision card giving accuracy and water attack up is a lot of power for units that are already pretty damn strong. And for maxing it out, getting the water attack resistance up, essentially having this vision card over your opponent in a water mirror will just kind of make you the favorite in it. So that's pretty nice as well. But the attack and acquired AP up here, effectively on Asterius, I have found basically means that you just don't need bells anymore. I mean, this plus potential other AP generations plus his own abilities, providing that he gets his cast off of the major abilities you want with the HP buff, as well as the guts status effect with the AP consumption down, you're pretty good. And this vision card really goes a long way into shoring it up more, as well as, just giving him some other sources of attack power and everything. I mean, this is basically if you have the water element, if you're going all in on the water element, if you have become part of the cult of Asterius. Game, it's a church. But no, if you are all in on Asterius, I think this vision card is a really good get for him as well as other water units. And just, with Globalers wanting more and more accuracy against more evade, is pretty good. But yeah, I am giving a strong recommendation to this vision card. I've basically had it on my Asterius for most of the last 4 months, and I have had very little complaints based on my success rate in Arena, not including last night's one. All right, but this is actually kind of rare. I actually have this vision card as well. So Oath of a New Dawn, which is coming to Global. Big vision card for Light when it appeared on the JP side because it has acquired AP up, luck up, light attack resistance up. Limited effects for the unit is light attack up and luck up, and interestingly does give Jaden a boost, which is better than the JP side because JP didn't really offer any incentive to running this on Jaden. People have still been running Jaden on JP, but I think that the Celeste Astoria combo on JP makes that generally a less favorable matchup. Not an impossible matchup, mind you, but not great enough that it causes problems. As for Oberon, I'm really happy to always see an Oberon buff. What can I say? He's just my guy. Or am I his guy? Anyway, attack up and acquired AP up. I mean, it's good. It is both of these effects for these two characters is pretty nice. I don't know when you're ever going to have Oberon necessarily on an light elemental team, but at the same time, it's not impossible. If you already did light spear selection quest character, don't like one that hangs around with LC See, I'm able to remember all the details except what his name is. Hold on, I'm gonna try and think of this for a second. Nope. It's okay. You know who I'm talking about because you already said it in the comment section. So there you go. Oberon isn't necessarily untheoretically impossible to be run in a light elemental party, but he's really not getting terribly much off this vision card. Honestly, it feels just like Oberon, because of his limit burst, because of his potential elemental advantage, and because he's just a strong unit, could theoretically be wedged in there. But honestly, it's just kind of a nice little bonus, and yeah, I mean, I guess it is just a bestowed effect, but you probably just want to run an Earth Elemental team anyway for Oberon mainly. But this vision card is kind of interesting because I think Global already has had a deluge of light cards, and really the thing that you're really getting this vision card for is potentially the AP generation for light. It does go a long way into making light more self-reliant and less reliant on spells. Not as much as some other characters or some other elements that I just mentioned, but pretty damn nice. Essentially what you're looking to get off of this card is to potentially combo with the Ketone vision card, this one right here, to get a large increase in luck on your characters. I think with a combination of certain equipment and whatnot, it's possible to get, it was over 400, potentially even 500 luck was what some people were able to run, making evade comps, just better kind of thing. And interestingly, this could work with Oberon because you have this card on Oberon plus anyway. The vision card that we're looking at for this week is really going to be, I think, just optional for light elemental teams who already have it kind of figured out. And I honestly don't think that light is worth too terribly much in terms of investments in the future. I know that global vision card building is cheaper because you have challenge boards and whatnot, but for JP, it was a bigger consideration whether I wanted this vision card, just because at the time I was trying to build Violet a fair bit and I needed extra sources of luck, so I did end up taking the plunge. I haven't really regretted it, but light has just so many good vision cards, much like the dark element and the water element. It really is kind of getting to the point where I just can't potentially fit more vision cards into those elemental comps because it already feels pretty good with what I have. And Globalers, you've had the Elena card, and you've had some other luck-based cards that we don't have. You're probably maybe even fine without this. Plus, the other thing to remember is that on JP, it was a limited time vision card, so it was a much higher potentially, if you want it, just go for it, kind of push you into it sort of thing. On Global, it's not, so you could potentially score this in the future just as a nice little benefit. But one of the reasons why I wouldn't necessarily recommend, first of all, the raid card is the raid card, so just go and get it if you want. Secondly, if you want, if you're an Astrius person, I just recommend the water card wholeheartedly, and for everyone else, it's just a skip kind of thing. As for the light card, light evade teams, I think you're already probably good enough, and you're probably starting to see the signs that maybe Light's time as a extremely OP successful comp is starting to come down with the introduction of characters that are just more hyper accurate and that are going to start blocking reaction commands, such as Lil Leela. That goes a long way to pushing Light's success rate down. I mean, you can still ride it. There's plenty of people on JP riding out this Light elemental wave, but this might be where you want to start thinking about cutting it off, just because you already have enough Light vision cards and you don't need any more, or because it's just a permanent card and you can potentially get it down the line when you're pulling for something else and you don't get, and it's just an off banner, because off banners are notoriously everywhere from my experience. Alright, and as for the raid, the Persona 5 raid against Kamashita, as well as there is a rare raid too. What's there to say? It's a raid elemental, or it's a raid kind of thing, but I would fully recommend that everyone do the raid because of the accessory you are able to get, which is the Jack Frost doll. And Jack Frost doll is a really nice statted piece of equipment. It's got critical evasion, aim, HP, defense, and spirit. This is the shield version. I want to say that I built another one just as a, just this little one right down here as potentially for the future. There's also aim versions if you're looking for more accuracy. But it is a really nice piece of equipment because it gives water and ice protection as well as slash resistance. So it's a great little piece for tanks. It's one of the things that I've actually kind of thrown on Celeste to potentially give her more water and ice resistance against certain parties, and it's worked pretty nicely for me. Not a guaranteed thing of success, but a really good defensive item that I think is worth not only getting, but maybe building a couple of them, because it is pretty good, and it's a cool little piece of memorabilia from the event. So yeah, I guess my major talking point wasn't as big as long as the vision card thing. So major is minor, minor is major, and I'm out of here. So thank you for watching, take care, and best of luck if you are doing pulls for those vision cards, because sure, everybody needs some luck. Take care.